Hi everybody, I'm Caroline Sotheby and welcome to Up, Down and Around Town on the Road. And for some of you people have been not counting, this is our 8th week. Where has the time gone? We don't know. It's a good thing that I have Rich is willing to come out with the camera and do the editing to give you a bird's eye view of what our town is basically looking like and talking to people to find out what's the situation. It's a whole new life for all of us here. It's no more hugging, no more giving a handshake as you're saying hi to somebody. And we found out there's two big words that came out in all of this pandemic. How about the word essential and the word virtual? They were sort of unknown to me before, and all of a sudden it's making a big impact on our way of life. When it comes to virtual, you're thinking about the other ways of council meetings or other meetings to be available, whether it's Zoom or some other process. I know the council meetings are going to be on Monday, May 4th, and they're using another technique through Zoom. No video though, simply audio. So the word virtual plays a point in this part. Also, when it comes to essential, what was considered essential for some people might not be for others. For instance, Rich's camera went kaput a couple of weeks ago. And how do you consider a camera an essential point to purchase? Well, it took a little while, so we got to thank Bob for coming in to help us when we were at Beaver Park. Those are little things that crept up along the way, and thank goodness we're in our 8th week and trying to smooth things out. I did talk to Catherine Koss this past Monday. They were saying they're in their virtual learning process. The kids have homework, they have to hand in papers and so on and so forth. And they're also considering doing something special for the seniors. And she said she'd get in touch with us this week and give us an idea what's going to develop. Something like an essential item is a car. Whether it's at the pickups for food service or whatever, the car might make a playing part where the kids can be in, I shouldn't say kids, they're seniors, I'm sorry, in the parking lot and football diamond area, and use the scoreboard as a source of a video. So we'll find out more about that. And of course, you know, the boat ramps are open, people are fishing. The other day, the water was really choppy though. I saw some boats go slipping back in and out. Also, our golf course, and there were plenty of cars out there yesterday. Everybody's supposed to keep their distance and so on, and no golf carts. So that's another situation there. Also, when I talked to Justin Lanigan, he says to let everybody know the adult ball season is canceled, and he will have to hear from the Little League to find out if that's going to be in the plans for the season or not. So other things are happening, and Rich went along town and found out how some of our businesses are trying to survive, and dreadfully we did hear of a few possible, not cancellations, but closures, which is a sad part. But let's go to how some of them are surviving at this point, okay?
You know, some days are pretty good, other days, you know, kind of a little bit slower. Definitely, you know, slow down, notice the difference, you know, from having the dining room open, being able to serve guests that way, as well as, you know, like doing carry-out deliveries. People have been very supportive, definitely been out, you know, helping us out, ordering through carry-out and deliveries. Besides that, you know, like, still really missing, you know, the restaurant atmosphere, serving tables and stuff like that. So really looking forward to, you know, the day that we're able to come back and open and see everybody in here. But yeah, like I said, most days, you know, some days are a little slower, other days help out. But we're sure missing that you know, that extra of people coming in here and doing that, dining in, and helping us out in that way. But very thankful, you know, that the community has been very helpful in supporting us by ordering deliveries and carry out. We've been getting a fairly good feedback as far as we've noticed a lot. I mean, we still have a lot of our regulars that come in and support us, which is great. You know, I love to see their faces. Serving here, I enjoyed, you know, that's one thing I look forward to every single day, was seeing the normal faces, you know, getting to see how their life is doing, you know, how their life's going, and stuff like that. But we've definitely, we've had quite a bit of people who aren't our, you know, in our normal dining in and carry outs, which is great. It's been really nice. A lot of people for sure have been saying, you know, that we're one of a few restaurants that are still open and providing delivery and carry out. So it's definitely nice to be able to see more of the outside community come in and join and help us out. Just, you know, support has been great. Looking forward to seeing more, you know, more of it. Hopefully, you know, more people start coming out and being able to support, even through deliveries. That's something that I feel like a lot of people, you know, a lot of people know about it, but not as many as you'd think. We still get a lot, say at least, you know, like 40% of the people a day, they're still in shock that we do deliver. So I think that's something that hopefully I hope that people kind of take from that we're here and we can help you out, you know, we'll provide you with meals and everything, so just one call away.
For a store like myself being essential, it has been a blessing, cannot tell a lie. We're a store that is equipped to have ketchup and mustard and meat and toilet paper. We have bread, we have condiments, supplements, essential oils. So we are really a full spectrum store. Being in Wyandotte, obviously more like a family store and a neighborhood store. I think it took a minute for people to realize when the bigger stores ran out that stores like us or Jerry's Market, we had lots of it.
We have the toilet paper, sanitizer, so we're well stocked in store. I think what's nice is that first thing in the morning, we're opened up Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we've learned that from like 10 to noon, it's a good opportunity to come in if you want like private time shopping, not real super busy. The aisles aren't crowded, so if you're a senior that want to come in and need a little bit of, say, alone time, we can offer that.
Also, what's nice is that our staff are, you can see we're suited up. Everybody's taking this really seriously. We have sanitized for the guests, and we have towels to wipe down the carts. All employees are wearing gloves and masks, so it makes the guests feel safe. And
oh, you know what else? Our smoothie bar is open. We do carry 6 soups a day that are hot soups.
Yeah.
We do also carry juice and smoothie bar that's open from 10 a.m. to
8 o'clock
at night. So if you're walking around downtown Wyandotte and want to come in and get a smoothie,
absolutely,
we got you covered on that.
So in general, and being open until 8 o'clock at night, a lot of stores are closing down at 6, but we are open to 8. So we have toothpaste and we have lotion, so we're a full grocery store.
Zinc and vitamin C, we got you covered right here.
Yes,
got
we
them both.
do.
So, but I think we've had to learn to adapt to a new way. It took a few. It took a little bit with the mask. The gloves were an easy part.
Yeah.
The mask a little bit harder to talk through. You have to come up for air once in a while.
Yes,
but
you do.
I think that it's nice to come in for someone to say hello because times are a little scary right now. But as a family-owned store, we still have that courteous and that friendness for our neighborhood.
Also, for the ones that just are really nervous or maybe their health is not as up to par, we will do curbside. You can call us. We'll put your order together. We'll take your payment right over the computer. We don't even need you to come in, and we can take it right out to your car. So that's been very successful as well. So if you're that customer that doesn't want to come in, give us a call. We'll get your order together. See, what happens is that there's no urgency of time for the guest anymore. So I'm seeing guests that normally got out of bed at, like, say we were busy right at 9 o'clock in the morning, that now I'm not seeing guests come urgency. So it's kind of steady on and off all day long. I've noticed our shift time for steadiness is usually from like 1 to 8.
we've definitely become a later night store than we're used to seeing because kids are at home, no one really has to get up. It's changed the shift for sure. It's changed the world.
Yeah, it has.
As far as our time.
People are got a little lax in their urgency. How about that? There's no urgency. You don't have to have it anymore. So absolutely.
I'll tell you this, as a health food store, we took a lot of pride as a family store to be clean already.
Yes.
We already wiped down our carts. We already made sure that in the deli, gloves are always worn.
Yeah. So we're already conscious to that already, being a health food store, because that kind of goes with the package deal, being a health food store and not a dirty store. So we've already had that handled. That has not been anything new to us. We just now are making extra.
I think the masks are the only thing that are new.
Yeah,
I guess
really.
it depends on how long we have
We
to wear
wear
these
gloves.
masks.
We have a deli. We're conditioned to use these and sanitize and spray. These are new to us. So besides that, business as usual. Like everybody else, there's a 6-foot distance, keeping your social distance. All the stores marked where there's any register, and obviously we would like our guests to wear masks. When
If possible, we want them to wear them.
Yeah, we do.
The law, I think right now, I think they said you're supposed to go into any public space to wear a mask, so we can just be done with this and go on with our everyday life. I guess if there's ever going to be that every day the same hour.
We'll just have to go from here. Yeah.
So the pandemic has affected us in terms of traffic, volume, and overall sales. But I feel like we positioned ourselves pretty well for this, even from when we initially opened, because we do have a full online store for all of our products. In terms of clientele response, we have the vast majority of our regulars, yes. There have been some new clientele in addition, just because local places are not accessible. The vast majority of people that choose to vape do so because they don't want to smoke anymore, and they use it as a healthy alternative, so they will not frequent gas stations for products or tobacco shops for products. They specifically want vape products. And the fact that we do have online services with free same-day shipping allowed us to reach out to a new clientele. Our business being affected by this, or changes that we would make going forward, you see, if this is a health issue, vaping is productive to people's health. So if somebody's serious about quitting or getting better health, vaping would be a really good alternative for them. But what we do here specifically is we take that health benefit to the next level. Every single thing that we sell here has been independently lab tested, no chemicals, no carcinogens. We maintain the highest international standard on the planet in terms of quality control. So I feel like our business is established to thrive in a market where people will be more concerned about their health. Now, in terms of brick and mortar business, yeah, I think it will have a huge impact. Just now, viewing the trends and how many online orders are being placed. I just read a report over this week where online sales are multiplied increase compared to even Black Friday. So just during a regular time of the year, you can see how much business is being generated online. So I do expect an uptick in online sales from this point going forward. I think going forward, what I think would be important or relevant in a situation like this is the psyche and the mindset of individuals and how they view businesses and how they view public spaces and how they view each other. Going forward, if people are super concerned about being in public, it could affect a number of businesses. It could affect workforces. I think there could be a chain reaction in logistics, supply chains for multiple businesses. It's almost a massive variable how this is going to play out, because we've never seen anything like this. But I think the people that are able to adapt should be able to thrive. And in any crisis or problem, there's always an opportunity as well. It just depends on how people perceive these things.
All right, this gives you an idea of some of the businesses around town. Hopefully this shutdown will stay forever. We'll keep our fingers crossed that can get back into a normal life, if you call it normal. So I have to say one thing though, while we're thinking about it. Remember, I mentioned something about essential. Well, I find out that the cars now are an essential part of our way of living. You have to have a car in order to go into the parking area, especially last Monday at the police station, in order to pick up food. You have to go in Roosevelt High School, a parking area with a car in order to pick up the food over there for kids' lunches. The Alliance group had theirs at the Yak Arena last month, and they're going to be having another one May 14th, but you need your car too to drive in, shut it off, and items are put in your trunk. So how did this word get out that the car was not essential? Question. All right, we were talking about the food distribution at police department last Monday. That was through the help of Meijers, and the reason for it is because our cops go actually and shop with the cops to Meijers, and they got to go to know the manager there, and through them we were able to get at least some food. And I talked to our chief and asked how it went. He said it went very well. And at this point, there will not be another one from their area, but hey, you never can tell. If this keeps on and people need some nourishment, and it could be another source of food. But if thinking about that, we're going to go back to his segment 2 weeks ago, because he did talk about scams, and they're still prevalent. We want to get a better idea of what he had to say. Okay, take it, Chief.
I do have some tips to avoid coronavirus scams, which are now circulating. It's unfortunate that people take advantage of these situations, but they are trying to scam people during this time. So I want to remind everybody that the City of Wyandotte does not solicit personal information over the phone. So you don't want to share any personal information such as Social Security, Medicare, credit card numbers, to any unsolicited call, text, or email. You want to avoid online offers for coronavirus-related vaccines or cures. They are not legitimate. Don't click on links or download files from unexpected emails. Even if the email address looks familiar, the company or person you recognize, don't click on it. Avoid those text messages and unfamiliar websites. You also want to be wary of fundraiser calls or emails seeking money for coronavirus victims or disease research, especially if they pressure you to act fast and request payment by prepaid debit cards or gift cards. You want to ignore phone calls or emails from strangers urging you to invest in hot new coronavirus stock. That is not legitimate. If you have items such as surgical masks, face shields, canned or boxed food, money, and you want to donate these items, you want to donate them directly to the organization or the nonprofit company you want to see them go to. I warn against using second or third parties to distribute those donations for you. They not always make it to their destination. We have received complaints that people are posting on social media to accept donations on behalf of an organization, or they'll deliver those items to them and they are not following through with their promise. I say this with caution because there are many good people and organizations out there that are willing to help and do the right thing, but it's up to you to do your research before you make those donations.
All right, what does a priest or a minister do when he's told to close down his church? I mean, that's their way of life, right? We found out that Father Brendan from St. Vincent Pallotti Parish does a lot of inline or live stream showing of the Mass and prayers. We also know that he goes with the equipment, the PPE equipment at the hospital, and goes for hours at a time talking to people, the patients there. He tries to keep himself active. Also, one thing that came into our knowledge this past week is the Episcopalian churches are having similar situations. They are also told by their bishop how far they can extend, when they can open up. And so Rich got an interview with the St. Stephen's Episcopal Church minister. So let's go to that.
So the first thing to know is that this is really a phased plan for reopening our churches. And our bishops have the ability to give us pastoral direction to help us with these kinds of things, these unprecedented things that we're living with. So we're currently in the first phase, which is called the hiatus phase. We've been out of our building since the middle of March, which has been really challenging to try to connect with each other and to share the good news with people beyond our church without being in our building. And we've been trying to find ways to do that. So the guidelines for phase one really just cover what we're already doing, which is not being in the building. Groups are not meeting in our building. And we are, for the most part, providing worship services online, either by Zoom or on Facebook Live. And that's going to continue until the bishops give us further guidance based on public health metrics like having fewer cases of the virus and having more testing available. And at some point, phase two re-entry is going to happen. And that's where things get really interesting, because when we come back to our churches, I think everyone really hopes that it would be like just a big celebration of Easter, and that we would be all together, we'd be able to sing and hug each other and just do all the things we usually do. But in fact, we're going to have to be cautious. And so the guidelines for re-entry talk about maintaining distance within our churches, so having people maintain a 6-foot distance within the pews, people needing to wear masks within the church, and also being very cautious about things like singing, which have been shown to potentially spread the virus more effectively even than talking. And so when we come back, we're going to all be, I'm sure, just really joyous and glad to see each other, but we're still being very cautious to make sure that we don't become a vector for the spread of disease, because that's one of the ways that we think that we can love our neighbor, is by being cautious. And then the final phase, phase 3, is deeper participation. And in that phase, things will get back closer to normal, but still with really careful monitoring of how people are doing and what kinds of things are advisable and what kind of things are permissible. And so, one of the things that is important in our context in the Episcopal Church is the Holy Eucharist. Many of us have been refraining from the Holy Eucharist because we can't gather in person. And even when we go back in phase 2, we're advised to not provide the Holy Eucharist because of the potential for the spread of disease. So in phase 3, we're going to be able to have the Eucharist, and we are going to be so happy to do that. It's been a long time to do that. And so we're really looking forward to that, but we have to do that in a way that is going to be safe and is going to minimize risk. And we have all kinds of other things along the way, too, about keeping older people and children particularly safe. So there are a lot of pieces to this, but the overall thing is that we believe in loving our neighbors as ourselves, and we believe that this response to virus, these 3 phases, is really going to help us to do that and to help us to worship together in a way that is safe.
There's another church ministry down here on Biddle Avenue in Wyandotte, and it's the Salvation Army. For some people that would normally go there to have meals, it's a little bit different. They got a setup, and we had to go to them too and find out exactly how they're doing right now.
It really hasn't affected what we do here at the Salvation Army. We're still committed to serving families in need throughout the Downriver area. What it has done for us is to be more cautious of how we hand out food. For our feeding program, Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 1. Instead of people coming in and sitting down and enjoying a meal together, we have done to-go boxes. So to-go lunches would mean we're still doing hot meals. They come in the back door of our facility, go through the gym, get their meal, and then they leave. So that we're still committed to serving people in our feeding program. During the week, we're still committed to helping people through our food pantry here at the Salvation Army. We have our regular food pantry for those that have come and gotten help each month. With what's going on in our world today, we just made a little bit more commitment of, we call it the COVID boxes, COVID food boxes. We do over the phone interviews with people now, instead of them coming into our building, so that we're also we're practicing social distancing. So we do the interview over the phone. We ask them if they're affected anyway through this pandemic. Unemployment, loss of job, hours being cut. Certainly with kids being home from school, if there's kids in the home, we consider them into being our COVID boxes. So behind me we have our COVID boxes that we give out to those families that are in need throughout the week. We've been averaging about 10 to 12 families that are coming in every day. We do have some area businesses have given us produce, some donations of bread, and we've been giving that out as well. So that's one of the biggest thing is that the Salvation Army is still committed to helping people in need. And we've just stepped it up. We're still here to serve. We're still here to serve you in this community as well. I think what we're doing is we're basically on a need to know. I mean, anytime something else comes up, we're basically committed to helping people. That's our basic commitment. Whether it's if things go back to whatever we know is normal, we are still here to step up and help people in need. I really think that with the Salvation Army, we've already talked about at least a 4 to 5 month strategic plan that we're still going to be doing special things to help out so that people can get back into recovering from all this, getting back into work. Definitely we'd like to see people get back to work, and we'd love to see small businesses start opening up again. Of course, we want to be cautious. We want to be we want to heed to those around us. We don't want to, but we're committed. The Salvation Army is committed to helping people in need, no matter what's going on in their lives. We're going to do all we can to be here so that we can help people.
We're wrapping up for this week again, and for so many people, just making you aware that at the council meeting Monday, even though it's not videoed, it's going to be audio taped, and summer events cancellations will be included on the agenda. So come next week, we'll have an idea for sure if we're having the art fair or not. Anyway, did hear about our Mayor Joe Peterson in the hospital. He was confirmed not having any virus. He had a negative, and he says, don't listen to rumors. He's just in there for a regular checkup right now. So take it easy and enjoy your life if you can. Keep washing your hands and keep us posted. Take care. We'll see you next time on Up, Down, Around Town.